And look at here, we have the kids. They're gonna load this washing machine up in the trailer for me so we can take it to the dump. It's an old washing machine. It's been sitting in the yard, and apparently they took it upon themselves to bring it over here to this trailer and load her up. It's called teamwork. Called problem solving. They're trying to figure out how they're going to get that in that trailer. So they're discussing it together. Now they came up with a plan. Apparently they don't know that we're looking. And they're getting the job done.
Kind of a dreary day. That's what I'm trying to say. Dreary day. Kind of a dreary day. Started off with thunderstorms this morning and more rain. We've had enough rain. Boy, it is muddy. Last year was April 22nd I started field work, and there is no way I could get in the field right now. Way too wet. But it's nice having a barn. Critters are happy in here, enjoying themselves. Just gave them another bale of hay here. Bedded them down a little bit. Throw some in the hog pen. They enjoy that as well. The calves are in here right now too. Bunch of them anyway. So they're happy. Wes is giving them some water. Outside here is pretty sloppy. We cleaned the sheep pen out, but I got to clean this pen out here yet. Hopefully do that next week. We cleaned all the manure out of here, and then the old sheep pen over there, I got to clean it out. I was going to do it today, but get a little tied up. So probably Monday. So these guys will deal with this outside slop. Inside, at least it's dry. They're watering him here right now. But yeah, it's nice. I like having a barn. Sheep are doing well. I'm not sure exactly how many lambs are here now. There's lots of cute little lambs anyway. There's one twitching his tail. He's a happy little fella. Here you can see there's quite a mound of feed and such in here. It needs to be cleaned out. Mabel's still doing good, and she's been nursing the calf. He seems to be doing good. This goat's still feeding her baby. And then there's another little goat in here because we weaned him. He doesn't really like that idea much, but he's weaned now, and that gives us more milk for in the house. Hey, little buddy. Oh, yeah. I don't have any milk in my fingers. I don't. You're cute. Maybe try that one. May fit better. Why don't you go try this goat or this sheep? Oh, it's cute. The greatest time of year. I love it. Lots of babies. Do you know how many lambs there are? Not sure? Well, there's a few of them. Alright, this is not something you see very often. I managed to get my camera out in time. Look at this. I have driven down this road so many times, and here we have 3 of them. 3 moosey. That is beautiful. Except I didn't get to see it for very long. Yeah, I see you in there. Not on camera though. He's still there. That's awesome. It's too bad we can't see him. I can see him with my eye, but I cannot make it out with camera. So hopefully it shows up when we do. Anyway, that's pretty cool. Like I said, we drive down here lots, and lots of spots on the highway here. There's signs all over the place. Say, look out for moose, look out for moose, look out for moose. Barely ever do I see a moose, and if you do see one, I see one. On the highway one time we did see a mama and a baby crossing the road. That's quite a few years ago, but basically never see a moose. And so here to see 3, that's pretty cool. It's a good start to the day. Good and beautiful morning, everybody. Aaron here, Countryside Acres. It's a bit cloudy today. Not bad though. Had a busy day yesterday. Went all the way up north again. Gone for, I don't know, 14, 15 hours, I think, roughly. Not all of that was driving. We visited a couple of old friends I haven't seen in a while, and picked up meat. Yeah, so it was a nice day all around. Came home again. It is greened up beautifully around here. It's amazing what one day can make. We had a nice warm rain on Sunday evening, and yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday. And I don't know if you can tell, but it looks pretty green out there. And it was extremely brown looking before. It's amazing what one day difference can make. Very nice. So here in the lawn, Wes was busy yesterday. We've got a bunch of composted manure he put out here. We've got to smooth it off yet, I think. A little more. I'll get some grass seed going in here. These trusses hopefully will be gone when we build the shop, so there'll be some room there. Picked up meat. I dropped off with one customer. I still got 2 freezers full here, and got a bit of surprise too. So an old friend of mine, he used to work for me actually on the farm that I had up there. He called me up or texted me and said he had a wagon frame. So a couple videos back, we made a water trailer. I took my gravity bin off of the wheels, and we put 2 water barrels on there, and we hauled up water with that. He seen that and texted me and told me he had this undercarriage, this, what do you want to call it, chassis or whatever. So it's all taken apart. Here's one axle. There's another one standing up there. I'm gonna pull it all out, put it back together. But he didn't want anything for it. He just had it laying around. So we'll put it together. I'll probably turn this into the new water wagon, water trailer, whatever you want to call it. And then I can use the other one for other stuff. Probably put the gravity bin back on it. Or I might even make a hay wagon top for it that I can use it for one or the other. Other than that, I got 2 freezers full of meat in here yet. We got some customers that are going to come. We get our meat all butchered up there. Comes in beautiful little packaging. See what I can find you. Alright, everything gets all packaged up beautifully at the butcher's. This is all government inspected meat here in Ontario where we are. It all has to be inspected in order to be sold. There you can see it's Ontario approved. So there's meat here for various customers. And that is part of the income that we have on the farm. So there's 2 customers here, and then I still got 1 customer left in here. And one was delivered one yesterday. So that is part of our income here on the farm. We're hoping to continue to grow that. At one point I had figured if we could sell 18 beefs a year, you know, that would be a nice supplement to our income. So I think we're at like 12 to 15 right now. Be nice to grow that a bit more, and I have no issues with growing that even higher than that yet. But then we're firm believers on your income not being all in one basket. You should have multiple sources of income in case something disrupts your you know, your system, your economic supply. If something happens to the beef market and I can no longer sell beef, then I would lose all my income, and I feel that that is not a wise thing to do. It's like having all your eggs in a basket, in one basket. You trip and you bust all the eggs, that's it. Traditionally, a lot of farms had a bit of everything. You had a few hogs, a few chickens, a few beef, a few milk cows, and I think that's how they survived. That's my take on it. You might have your own take on it. Nowadays, most farms specialize in one thing, and they get really, really, really big in that one thing. And then if something happens to that one thing, they are either going to go broke, have to get huge government loans, or bank loans, or they're dependent on some sort of government subsidies to keep them afloat. I don't see that as an economical way to farm. I also don't see that as a responsible way to farm, and I struggle with even that being a Christian way to farm. If you're reliant on a government handout or a bank loan to keep you going, I just don't find that as a wise use. Now, if any of you are, I'm not trying to cause offense. Just for myself, I feel that we should do the best we can to be self-sufficient, I guess. Reliant on the Lord, of course, but not reliant on the bank or the government. And so we try to have multiple egg baskets, I suppose. If I can have some beef and some pork and some chicken, sell vegetables, do some construction, you know, do some custom farm work. You have multiple income streams. Then if one gets disrupted, you're still gonna be okay. You still can put bread on the table, feed your children, and live up to your responsibilities. Now we're getting her put back together. Front axle here. I got to put the piece on here. There's a bolt that runs to the top where the front pivot's on. It's not quite as handy. It doesn't have steering axle. Like, it doesn't steer here like my other wagons. It has a center pivot, which can be fine, except sometimes, depending on how high everything is, these tires might hit the load. So I don't know. I'll have to put it together and see what that looks like. The other thing we may want to change down the road, this has a ball on it for going behind a van or something. Not super handy for our tractors. Now, I do have a ball that I do put on the tractors, so it may work, but otherwise we'll cut this off and weld a hitch on the front. This guy's backers, will spin them around, and then we'll put the last piece on, and then we'll decide what to do next. Alright, so there it is, complete. I got a little hitch on the back here if I want to pull both wagons. I wouldn't want to pull any heavy ones, but hitch a small wagon back there would be fine. And we got the reach put in. Wes is just looking for a bolt. I need one bolt in here. So this is just a pipe that slides in and out, so you can adjust it for a longer or shorter wagon. You can see multiple holes. Right now I think we have it at its longest. We'll drop a bolt in there and a bolt in there. That'll keep it. And this is the front's put together. So like I said, we'll try to show you here. This is the only drawback to this style. As you can see, the tires turn right up against. So whatever we build on here has to be tall enough that these don't hit. It's kind of an annoying feature of this style of wagon, or this style of axle, I guess. Whereas if it's just the tire that turns, then that can stay more or less here, and it just spins here and doesn't hit. And that's okay though. We can overcome that by building this higher, so that our runners run into the back. We'll go over top and this can fit underneath, or not allowing it to steer this far. And I imagine we could do that by dropping some bolts in these holes to prevent that. Okay, so if I drop the bolt in there now, then this axle would not be allowed to go any farther than that point, and that would allow us to still run a run around here and get that done. So I think we'll do that. I like that idea. And then I got to weld some L shapes on here to hold some kind of lumber to go to the back. Like I said, I think I'm just going to use this one for the water. And then the other one has the axle the way I like it. So I'll use it for either a little hay wagon or I'll put the gravity bin back on top. So yeah, all in all, very happy and very thankful that we have that. This is something I'm going to change, like I said, and then we're going to do a bit of welding on there to get some lumber on it. But be a good little wagon for us. So John, if you're watching, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And that'll be it for this video, I think. We'll catch you all on the next one.